Colorado lost to West Virginia over the weekend on the road, and there's a lot to take away from this game. Matt, Julian Lewis's first start. I think it's safe to say that Julian is the future for Coach Prime in Colorado, to say the least. I was really intrigued by Julian's performance. I think that he is still extremely young and has a lot to learn and a lot of experience to be had. But for a first start as a true freshman, 300 yards on the road against Rich Rod, I will take it. And I'm certainly happy with his performance. But I'm curious to see how Colorado rallies around him these final games that, as he starts the rest of the season. Matt, let's go ahead and get your biggest takeaways from Colorado's loss against West Virginia and Julian Lewis's performance.
All right, so we're going to have Pesavento on tomorrow. He's going to elaborate on this as well. He'll be on about 1:15 tomorrow. Again, we're going at 1 p.m. moving forward. I'm going to save Juju, okay? Let's get the bullshit out of the way first. Then we'll talk about the good stuff. It's always easier to do it that way. We end on a high note. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Whoever decided out of the 3 offensive line coaches to start 52, I don't understand what the fuck we're doing, okay? That alone may have cost us the football game because it was a 1-score game. So if he's not in the game, maybe he hits one of those down the field throws. Maybe we don't have to punt and get it blocked. He was awful, and I'm not trying to isolate the kid, but you do get paid, and you were in the transfer portal, and you definitely got a check so you can handle the scrutiny. And if you can't, that sucks, bro. You play professional football. I was just in Tuscaloosa this weekend, and there isn't a whole lot of feelings. There's a whole lot of winning, and there's a whole lot of expectation, but not a lot of fucking feelings. So, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get a whole lot of, feelings out of me today. You're going to get facts. So whoever decided to start 52 and not start Hill at tackle I don't understand. And look, coaches fuck up. It's unbelievable. They ended up putting Hill at tackle, and what happened when they put Hill at tackle? Everything calmed down. The protection still wasn't great, but it was better, and at least Juju was able to throw for 200 or for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Yep.
Imagine what happens if he's actually supported. Imagine what happens to Juju if he's actually supported by good protection scheme and personnel, because until they put Hill at tackle, it didn't calm down, and they give up 7 sacks?
Yeah.
So that's not good. That's terrible. And another 10 hits probably, and the guy's hair's getting ripped out and shit. And look, right off the bat, I got to tip my cap to Devin Grant and Carson Lee.
I was just going to bring it up.
Carson Lee didn't really play. He's been really banged up. He was the backup center. A CU guy from Cherry Creek that's one of my guys that was an original Mel Tucker commit way back in the day. This is his senior year. So, big for him. But then also Devin Grant, you'll see him here getting a sack. He dominated. He ate us
really well, Matt.
Well, he ate us a fucking live. And this is one of the guys that, just like Jordan Tyson was in that room, and Casey Roddick was in that room, and Austin Johnson was in that room, and Jake Wiley was in that room, all guys that went to start for other programs. When Coach Prime walked in and said, "You're not good enough to play here," they didn't really evaluate who they had in the room. It was just a bad season, but they still had some pretty good players. So I just named 5 of them, and I missed some. So Devin Grant, I tip my cap to you. I reached out to him personally on Instagram and just, told him congratulations. I know football karma is a real thing, and when they knocked on your door for football karma, brother, you fucking answered it. So tipping my cap to him, because even though he did beat our ass on Saturday as a West Virginia Mountaineer, he is still the Colorado Buffalo, and he bled black and gold for us for 2 seasons, and I fucking respect that. Just like Jake and Austin and Casey and Jordan Tyson, all of them, Christian Gonzalez, all those guys that ended up leaving CU in the transfer portal, they all still bleed black and gold. They're all still part of the family. So big ups to Devin Grant. Now, all that said, if Juju ever gets supported, God knows what we're going to see. I don't know why in the hell this kid didn't start from day one.
What the hell?
I literally said this since the minute he walked in. Did I not say just please start this kid day one?
Yeah, we argued for 6 months. You said we should.
And then I had to calm down my rhetoric because he didn't win the job and they didn't start him. So I had to sit back and go, why the fuck are we playing Salter? Why are we playing Staub and not playing Juju? And I don't understand how it's almost criminal and it's so negligent that they didn't have this kid ready to play, and he early enrolled. He early fucking enrolled, and we've been talking about this since day one. It's negligent.
It is.
You should lose your job immediately for that, and Pat will. He's gone. So he already got play calling stripped. He'll be fired at the end of the season, guaranteed. So I was extremely impressed with Juju. I thought that the freshmen on this football team played their balls off. I know Davis Swain missed a tackle at the goal line, but he also had a huge sack. That sack that kid had, he ran through that guard's chest like he wasn't even there. Merritt. He played his balls off. Davis Swain played his fucking balls off. Merritt is a monster. Whatever you got to do, you have to keep these free. Gibson played pretty well. Juju played well. Seaton didn't play, but I'm sure he'll be back next year. This team has a ton of potential and a ton of talent on it.
Keep Byard in the second
but they can't miss in the transfer portal like this. And look, I'm begging Coach Prime at this point. I'm not just doing it on my show. I reached out to him personally so we can have a meeting. I'm begging him to talk on the phone, just man to man, so we can talk about the recruiting part. I'm reaching out to Coach Barnett to get advice. I'll do fucking anything to figure this out. Your best players on your team are high school kids you recruited from high school. All of your best players are high school kids.
On both sides of the ball.
On both sides of the ball. Amarion Miller's a high school kid. D. Miller's a high school kid.
True.
They're all Seaton's a high school kid. Juju's a high school kid. Shador was a high school kid. Shiloh was a high school kid. Travis was a high school kid. Stop being enamored with all these fuckboys in the portal that are turds. They've sold you out. Your coaching staff, while you were sick, didn't do their jobs. They went the lazy route instead of the recruiting route. They do not recruit. That I don't understand how you can recruit a turd from the portal that goes to Alabama and give him $500,000 to $800,000. There's some discrepancy there, but then not recruit the kids in the state of Colorado that are being recruited actively by Alabama and are offered.
Right.
We're there. You don't want Jackson Roper. You're not going to offer this kid and beat the door down to keep him home. He plays for Dave Logan at Cherry Creek, and he's one of my guys. I was with him all weekend. We talked about this the whole time. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. How does everybody in the country want me? I'm one of the best players. Alabama laid out the fucking Chrisman carpet for this kid and my son. It was incredible. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But it's full circle back to what we're doing. You've got to develop the talent. You got to go after the big man talent, especially in the state of Colorado. You can't let the Fairview safety, whose dad played at CU, not go there. You can't let Brandon Drum's kid, who just committed to West Virginia, not go to CU. A little white slot receiver. I wonder, Jeremy Bloom. I wonder if we could fucking find another one of them in Colorado. Remember, Jeremy's from Colorado too. And then let's see, let's not let Reese Russell leave the state of Colorado. He's an NFL center. I bet you he played for 12 years. His dad's in the scouting department, one of the lead scouts for the Philadelphia Eagles. He won the Buckus Award at CU. His fucking name and his image is in the team room. They walk by it every day, and they're walking by Reese. They lost Hannibal Navy's kid to Arizona. In fact, that was a highlight because right after he went on a recruiting trip to CU, he committed to Arizona.
They're down. Crazy.
So I'm just saying, when your best players are your high school players, and then you neglect the state, and you don't recruit Breck the right way and Deacon the right way, and you don't go after Phoenix Jenkins, and you don't want Jackson Roper, and you don't want Davis Moon, and it's a war to get you on the phone to talk about recruiting. And I'm not talking about Coach Prime. That's not his job. I am talking about Corey and the recruiting department. I know they're doing their job the best they can. Or I don't know but the enamored lifestyle that we live with the transfer portal, it either ends or it's going to be the death of us. Because I'm telling you, the guys that they got last year, they knew they were coming to play with Shador and Travis and Horn, and it was just a perfect mix.
Yep.
Other than the couple of offensive linemen they got this year, can you even name me half the guys that they got in the transfer portal that are just sucking up a jersey spot? And on top of that, they only use 74 out of their 85 scholarships. Why isn't the other 11 scholarships allotted to just the state of Colorado and trying to bag the fucking top players here? And I'm tired of people telling me that we're not any good. Fuck you. I'm from Colorado. You want to talk some shit? Like the guys in my facility are not fucking top notch. Tyler Booker walked up to me out of fucking nowhere. I didn't even know he was there. Just walked straight up to me and goes, Coach McChesney, Tyler Booker. And I was like, yeah, no shit. And he goes, I love your shit. I got to get up there for some work in the off season. What you do for the kids is incredible. And he walked up to Nick and took like 15 minutes talking to Nick and Roper about fucking technique and work ethic and all this shit. Kaplovic standing there like, like, what the fuck? Yeah. I just stood there like, holy shit. JC Latham walked up, did the same fucking shit. Dude shook my hand and touched the top of this lip.
JC? Yeah, he's
holy fucking Christ. Yeah, he lost my hand and I was like, let me go.
Oh shit.
It was fucked up. So this what I'm saying is you're not utilizing your resources, man. Mm-hmm. You're acting like all this talent isn't sitting right in front of you. Go get it. Develop it. They give a shit. They're in Colorado. They grew up here. I don't care if we've been shitty for 20 years. Those 5 kids I just fucking named, their dads played on teams that were 11-1.
Yeah, it's true.
And national champions and shit. Like walking by Art Walker at the Arizona game. I didn't even say anything to him because he looked so angry. Walking by Art like broke my fucking heart. The look on Hannibal's face broke my heart. I'm glad his son committed to Arizona. I'm so proud of Hannibal and his family. I love you, but fuck.
Yeah.
Russell and I talk about this all the time. Matt Russell and I talk about this all the fucking time. And you know what? I'm afraid it's going to happen to my boy too. And you know what? After what I saw this weekend, bro, as an evaluator of talent, and a guy whose job is to put my people in the best position to be successful and go to the NFL, what you don't think I'm going to send Nick to camp?
Oh, come on.
Coach Cat just looked at him and said, all right, 6'2.5", 284 pounds. You're a sophomore. I know you got hurt. I don't care. Come to camp next year. Fucking dominate the way Jackson did. Good things will happen. And I was like, listen, do you hear that shit? Let's go to fucking work. 5 a.m. tomorrow we'll be in the gym. Off season starts, bitch. So look, man, the University of Colorado is a special place. I hold it special in my heart. I love it. I'm sad that they lost this week, but there's so much positive you can take out of it. All the negative shit, yeah, they can't run the ball. Yeah, they gave up a lot of sacks. Yeah, Juju got hit a lot, but he also fucking hit back. I thought the defense played hard, not very smart. They played hard, though, which is what I wanted to see. That's all I said. I don't care if they win or lose. Just fucking play like you have some balls, and they did.
Yep.
I'm praying to God that they do the same. They make Sims look like he did against Nebraska and not like he did when he went for 228 2 weeks ago. Coming up, and Arizona's coming off a bye. So Arizona State, is coming off a bye. That's senior day or mercenary day, as I call it. That's going to be a pretty fucking interesting senior day, don't you think? For 36 guys, with the exception of Hill, I really like the center. You know what? I'm going to say like 31. I like the offensive lineman they brought in, other than Roy. No offense to that kid, but goddamn, who decided to start him? So I'm not kidding, bro. That guy was.
I know he struggled immensely. I was going to check.
I'd be sitting on the fucking field. If I was Devin Grant, I'd be sitting out there hypothetically playing a drum like, hey.
Yeah, and Devin Grant had his way.
Drum, motherfucker, all day.
Yeah.
So look, 3-7 sucks. I was on the 3-8 team when I was a freshman. We came back and won the Big 12 the next year. Everybody wanted Gary fired. I think there's a ton of talent on this team. You got to retain the right guys. You got to go start recruiting some other young talent from the state that has a little bit of fucking heart and juice and cares about Colorado. I'm not talking about the university. I'm talking about the fucking state.
Yep.
Because then they will automatically start giving a shit about the fucking uniform they're wearing instead of just wearing it. Juju's a star, dog. Juju is a fucking stud. And if you lose him or you lose, if there's a max exodus, then I know there's a real problem, and it might probably starts with Prime. If there's not, which I don't think there's going to be, it's because Prime is going to keep his guys that he wants, and he needs to focus his attention on the people that supplied him with 31 mercenaries that can't play. And why they spent all the money on those kids. There has to be accountability, and it has to be emotionalist. And I don't care if you're my friend or not. This is the business that we chose. If you can get hired, you can get fucking fired. So Prime's not going anywhere, period. Prime is there. He's the coach, and I think he'll be there for a while. I don't think he's just going to walk out. All these people thinking he's going to get fired or quit and all that shit. He's not that guy. He's going to fix it. So you got to do it with the right pieces, and you got to do it with the right support, and you've got to be able to look in your own backyard and come out of your office and leave the castle to go find your soldiers.
Yep. Agreed.
Bro, you've got to leave the castle to go find the fucking soldiers. Telling your generals and your sergeants and shit to go like peruse the country for other people's players that they're proud to get rid of. You think Alabama's worried about Otis leaving? That fucking bum? That kid can't play. He's a fucking bum, dog. He ain't getting
in the Colorado uniform next year.
He's gone. Whoever wants to wear what number is he even?
Like 91, I think.
90. Whoever wants to wear 91, it's open.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm just saying, and I don't give a fuck. What's he gonna like get mad at me, bitch? Are you serious? So again, he got paid out the ass to go suck and let a freshman take his job who's 10 times the player he is and has heart. Give that fucking money to Davis Swain to make sure he doesn't go to Notre Dame. Make sure Joju doesn't leave. Whatever you got to pay him, pay his ass. We got the fucking money. There's a $20.5 million surplus for your players. Pay the basketball team $3 million. Tell them to shut the fuck up and use the rest of the football team the way we're supposed to. Go out and get competitive with these fucking high school recruits in your own state. I guarantee you can get them at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And they're good enough to play for you. Breck would be a starter right now. Deacon, early enrolling. He can start for you immediately.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Trey Zune should be a fucking Colorado Buffalo. Gage Genther should be a Colorado Buffalo. Drake Nugent should have been a Colorado Buffalo. Could have transferred in and played for us. Nope, weren't interested. He went to Michigan and won a national title. Josh Bates, another guy whose dad got drafted by the Cowboys and played his ass off and won titles and went to fucking Pomona down the street. Bates went to SMU to play for Garden Justice. See you brought him in, but they didn't go after him hard and shit. Twice. They missed on him twice. The first time, the fucking coaches didn't even show up. The second time when he was in the transfer portal, they didn't take him seriously. He's on the Remington list now for SMU. They're 7-3.
Semifinalists for the Remington. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's gonna be a real tough one to swallow.
You feel me? So
Colton,
and that's just, and I'm just naming some guys off the top of my head. They didn't go after Cole Taylor in the transfer portal. He went to West Virginia. He's on the Jets now, I think, tight end. Ferguson plays for the Rams. He's a high school kid from Colorado. I say it till I'm blue in the face, but you know what the difference between Alabama and CU is? Alabama has no ego, and they could have the biggest one. They will look at anybody they think can help them. They don't give a fuck where you're from. Colorado has this weird fascination with transfer portal guys who can't play. Some of them can, but the majority of them are misses. And they're neglecting the state, and all they got to do is open their eyes and leave the castle. And I guarantee you that they'd get a bunch of these kids if you would just give a shit. Coach Prime walks into Valor High School or Vista or Creek to go see a player. That's going to mean something.
Oh yeah, especially.
But the fact that he won't leave the castle to go find the soldiers, you're going to have a pretty weak army because he doesn't get to pick them. He's not picking them. He's letting his staff pick them, and the staff doesn't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to Colorado recruiting. I'm not saying they don't know nationally, but the crop of kids I saw at Alabama, I don't see that same crop at CU. And I'm not saying there should be, but that's our goal, right? We're not trying to not compete. Motherfucking Texas Tech is getting the number one player at every position in the country next year. Don't tell me that they're not. Money fucking solves problems, dummies. It's not your fucking money. It's not CU's money necessarily. They got the fucking money. $20.5 million. People are like, what money? They're broke. This isn't pay to play. We're not doing $100 handshakes, dumb motherfuckers. This is $20.5 million everybody gets, plus the ability for Coach Prime to use all of his connections and NIL deals to get them even more fucking money. So then CU should be a hotbed for this, not a bunch of bed bugs. We infected ourselves by giving the money to the wrong people.
That's true. And
period. And you know what? This is going to be a sensitivity topic instead of a fucking work topic. And that's how I know we're not serious. Because what I just saw and experienced this weekend tells me that we're not fucking serious.
Yeah, Matt was down at Tuscaloosa. I think the biggest takeaway from what you just said, Matt, we'll move forward. A lot to discuss today. If there's a mass exodus from Colorado at the end of the season, it certainly could be telling, Matt. But it's also Julian Lewis is a stud, Matt, and I think people are going to want to gravitate and play with him. I think that, O'Marion Miller, all the Millers, Seaton, Byard on the secondary on the defensive side, McPherson and Merritt. These are guys that Colorado really has to prioritize and maintain because, if anything, there are more of those guys that are going to want to play with Julian Lewis after what they just saw.
Yeah, I don't think they'll leave either. I think they will prioritize them. The tape doesn't lie, bro. Coach Prime's not blind.
Yeah. This is the hater channel. You chat killing me today. Fuck it.
I don't care. Look, at this point, dude, I know I'm right.
Yeah.
I don't give a Tiffany fuck what anybody in the chat thinks.